Small Town Scuttlebutt.
Yeah, baby. Rick Fink Jr. here in the studio, in the Scuttlebutt studio, the subterranean Scuttlebutt studio, located in the northeast corner of my basement. Check us out on the YouTube. We got a nice studio down here. I built it myself. Got a neon sign over my shoulder. Over my other shoulder, a jackalope. Shot it myself in the Chernobyl forest. Just kidding. But I did tell a guy that once, and he believed me. Does it sound like I'm doing a show by myself? Well, that's because Liz, Tell It Like It Is Daily, to my left, is not to my left. She's working. She's got one of them job type things. Big marketing exec in a financial company. You got to, like, put your little fun and your little, what do you call these things? Little passion projects to the side. Okay, to my right, finally showing up.
Hello. Hello.
That's Evan. Last word Walsh.
Yep.
My bud.
Always get the last word.
So we got Liz, Tell It Like It Is.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Evan, last word Walsh.
Yeah, I like that.
What do I have? You don't know. You don't know, but I do have a nickname.
Rick in the pink Fink.
Dude, come on, it's the holiday. What?
I don't know.
Come on, man. This is a kid's show.
Oh, yeah. Kid show.
No. Otis, Mr. OK Key.
Yeah.
Former Harlem Globetrotter. If you want to go in the Wayback Machine.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
you could go in the archives. Episode 2.
Okay.
Going back like 4 years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
He was like our first guest.
No kidding.
Yes. So anyway, Otis comes on and he's like, we're talking to him about everyone on the Harlem Globetrotters has like a nickname, right?
Yeah.
Like he's Mr. OK. His initials OK.
Yeah.
So let's call him Mr. OK, right? And Mr. OK, look him up. Otis Key. The guy, half court shot from the side.
Okay.
Like over the shoulder, swish.
You're kidding.
9 times out of 10.
Really?
Yep.
Dude's legit, huh?
Yeah, he invited me over to Antoine Walker's house.
Come on!
Yes.
Did he do the Walker wiggle? Remember when Antoine Walker would score?
Yeah.
He'd do that little shimmy shake. You don't remember that? The Walker wiggle?
Well, it's irrelevant. I was talking about a different guy.
Oh.
Otis Key.
Yeah, but you said you met Antoine Walker.
I'm just name dropping. I was invited to Antoine Walker's house. So, you've never been invited to a baller's house before?
No, never.
All right. Well, anyway, the point of this is, we got Liz, Tell It Like It Is Daily. We got Evan, Last Word Walsh.
Yeah.
Rick, Mr. Finesse Fink.
Oh!
His words, not mine.
Oh, wow. You got some street cred, huh?
Yeah, man. Back in the day, this podcast was like when we were just starting out. We were, we didn't know what we wanted to be.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? We've got that intro, right?
Yeah,
We got a cool introduction song. It's mostly instrumental. It's quick to the point. We got my buddy Chad, who used to do the Super Bowl CBS announcing, like,
what?
Coming up after the Super Bowl, it's an all new whatever, right?
You're kidding.
Yeah, if you hear the voice, Small Town Scuttlebutt, it should sound familiar.
Okay.
I know people, man.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to work with that guy.
That's pretty cool, man.
He's a cool dude. Anyway, before that, before paying to have music written for us,
sure,
and that song is inspired by the 1970s French pop hit by Plastic Bertrand called "Ça plane pour moi."
Oh, yeah,
which loosely translates for you Francophiles out there. You know this, but it means basically this is life for me.
Yeah, that's a good song.
It's in the song. It's in the montage where they quickly go through the Louvre and European vacation.
Yeah.
Ça plane pour moi. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if people pick up on that, but that.
All I'm thinking of when I hear that song is like a Subaru commercial.
Ooh, no, man.
Yeah, no, listen. But like the off-road Subaru commercial. Somebody's like mountain biking. Mm-hmm. No, that's what it feels like.
No, because you just went into like the lesbians layer of marketing, and this is French punk.
I think it works.
No, man, you gotta play Dixie Chicks or something from fucking Lilith Fair.
Well,
you're gonna sell a
that's
Subaru.
Different. That's different.
You don't come and Enter Sandman for fucking Subarus.
Well, I think it was like when they were trying to cross back over, you know? Anyway.
So I have a
Yeah.
since we're talking about it, do you want to hear an initial? I can pull this up on the board.
You have?
We had
Is this going back to episode 2?
this
the
is
intro?
before you
Yeah.
and Liz. There was a Mike and a Kathy. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Mike had to move to Salem and get married.
Yeah.
Poor life choices, if you ask me.
Well.
And then Kathy, oh, my comedy career is getting so big. I'm headlining everywhere. I got a lot of travel to do. I know I only live down the road.
Oh, God, she sounds so snooty.
Well, the only reason why I let her off the hook is because she books me at the at various places on occasion, and she helps punch up my jokes.
Nice. I take back
And she gives the big candy bars at Halloween.
Ooh.
And she tells a hilarious story about how there was an injured deer on her front yard right down the street.
Come on.
She called the police department, who came out with a shotgun and immediately
No!
put it out of its misery. Discharged a firearm in your front yard. I'm like, Kathy, you should have called me. I would have
done it myself.
I would have like saved the loin for me.
Oh,
Tenderloin on a venison. If there's a hunter out there that would like to sell me their venison tenderloin,
yeah.
I will pay a premium for that.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think that goes for?
I don't know. I don't want to throw a number out.
Well, I take back what I said.
Okay, anyway, do you want to hear the original theme song?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, by the way, guys, if you're listening and you think these guys should have another show called We Have ADD, don't worry, it's in the works. Hi, it's We Have ADD with Rick and Evan. All right, here is the original.
What are we doing?
This is the intro song
Sorry.
that we had initially.
That was my ADD.
Yeah, I know it is. I know.
Small town scuttlebutt, it's the show where we find out what the people have to say. Traffic lights that are time wrong makes my 109 way long. CVS receipts are wasteful, Facebook posts that are not tasteful.
That's me on kazoo.
Oh, yeah.
Small town scuttlebutt. That is Rick, he's a daddy, wrote those posts that drove you mad. I am Mike, I work with kids, I do the things you wish you did. Rick does stand up, stays at home.
Mike, you're a nerd. You live alone.
We'll both tell you how to live, so much advice we have to give. We made this podcast just for you.
Yeah.
Small town scuttlebutt. Bringing in the throaty vocals.
Small town scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
Small town scuttlebutt. But
Small town
scuttlebutt.
This is incredible.
You like it?
Small town scuttlebutt.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Okay.
I love it.
We have another version.
Can you bring it back?
You want to?
I mean, what an opening.
Have another version with a fun end to it.
You do?
Do you want to?
Yeah, lay it on,
Okay,
man. This
okay.
is.
I don't want to make. I don't want to make this all about me
No,
and how
this is
funny
gold.
we are. But actually, Mike wrote all these songs. Come on, hit me.
We're not going to have to pay him, are we?
Wait a second. Oh, here we go. No.
All right.
Small town scuttlebutt, it's the show where we find out what the people have to say. Traffic lights that are timed wrong makes my morning drive too long. Suburban moms love drinking wine, let's go check the grievance line.
Oh, yeah.
Refined
Small town
kazoo. I got better.
scuttlebutt.
Took lessons.
That is Rick, he's a daddy, wrote the post that drove you mad. I am Mike, I work with kids, I do the things you wish you did. Kathy's always killing time, talking about some unsolved crime.
Love
We
it.
made this podcast just for you. Really nailed that kazoo, Rick.
Oh, that's great. It's like when Gonzo
Alright,
comes
little
up.
late there, Kath. Thanks, though.
It's great. It's like when Gonzo comes out of the Muppets at the end.
Yeah. Right.
That's great.
Well, anyway, it's this whole thing's been an experiment.
Yeah, I
Like,
love it.
just whatever. I mean, we're 9 minutes into it. What have we talked about? Not much.
But that was quality entertainment.
Okay, if you think so.
I definitely think
I
so.
call it recycling old bits.
Why not?
You know, I don't want to. Don't work hard. Work smart.
Hey, well, you've been on social media. They do like the on this day,
Sure.
OTD 2023.
Yep. Yep.
I think it's a cool way to like flash back and then also stay relevant and kind of hit the new peeps with the stuff that you did before.
You know something? That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because I often do remind myself that every time we do a show, this is our 221st episode, but someone out there, this could be their first episode.
Hell yeah.
Who is the guy that played right field for the Anaheim Angels in the aughts. Gonzalez. Something Gonzalez.
Adrian Gonzalez?
Adrian.
I think he was with the Dodgers.
Yeah, this fucking guy.
For the Angels.
Can you look it up real quick?
No, I cannot. I do not have my phone.
Who played right field for the Anaheim Angels in the 1990s?
In the 90s.
That shit. Fuck off. You are stupid. Dumb.
Nolan Ryan.
Okay, let's just say it was Adrian Gonzalez.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry if it wasn't, but here's the deal.
He was with the Dodgers.
Okay, it wasn't Dodgers, the Anaheim Angels.
All right.
Fucking A. So forget the guy's name. It sucks because it's important to know the guy's name.
Yeah.
Sorry. But anyway, he was a superstar. He was an all-star guy, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the shitty right field grandstand seats with a bunch of my friends, right? Back when we had no money and took whatever you could get, right?
Sure.
It's a day game. A lot of kids there. I see Gonzalez jerseys, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the kids are there to see the guy. He came to Boston. He's here. It's probably the kid's first time, maybe only time we'll ever get to see that guy.
Okay.
That guy needs to be aware of that.
Sure.
He needs to know it. He's making $14 million a year
Mm-hmm.
to keep his body in shape,
Mm-hmm.
to take care of himself, and to play a sport at the top level. He's
Sure.
got to be dialed in for 6 months.
Yep.
It's not easy, but at the end of the day, it's entertainment. You're an entertainer. You're an athlete entertainer, right? Your job is to bring happiness to other people, and joy and stuff, right? You have to be good. You have to be performing. Why would you not be giving it all? You gotta,
I agree.
You gotta keep your position because there's a guy in AA who wants your job.
Yep.
And there's kids here that are buying your goddamn jerseys. So when a pop fly comes out to you, right? No one on base, no outs, second inning, not a big high threat situation
Sure,
here, right?
sure.
No one's on the edge of their seats. But when that pop fly is coming to you, and you see that it could drop 30 feet in front of you, and you let it drop, and you catch it on the bounce, and casually throw it to the second baseman to cut off the runner from advancing. Boo. And I saw that, and we all booed. I'm like, dude, you suck. You could have dove. That would have been a great. Why would he not have done that?
Yeah.
Why would he not have dove and made all the kids with his jersey on happy? So, what's my point? What's that whole tangent all about?
I have not a clue.
Well, I kind of forgot myself, but I think if I can remember, it was about this is our first show for somebody,
Sure.
and we got to bring it. We got to deliver. Like it's
Yep. Okay.
so. We are going to bring the ultimate in.
We got some heat.
Yeah,
Like Nolan Ryan. We're gonna throw some heat.
we're going to bring it today.
I'm fucking ready, man.
Good. Because I want to talk about something very important.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
Holiday tradition.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, do you? I used to. I'm struggling.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I am a Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
Celebrate. Do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior?
I do.
Do you really?
I absolutely 100%.
Okay.
I've had brushes with God.
You
We
did
don't have to get into that today. That's another.
your
podcast.
your cancer survivor story. Do you want to brag about how you beat cancer again? Jesus, it's
Uh,
a goddamn talk about beating a story to death.
Why? I haven't told you that one. Yeah, I haven't talked about my brush with God.
Do you know what's funny? Oh wait, the cancer was not the brush with God?
It was.
I
It
mean-
was relevant. I won't get into the nitty gritty. This is about a holiday celebration. You know.
Okay, I mean it's fine. I guess we'll move on. I wanted to hear how you almost died, but whatever. For another show.
Yeah, no, it's how I lived, but it's there's a lot of context, and it's this is supposed to be a fun, funny show. This is
You're right. Okay. So when you were human trafficked and
Yeah,
giving hand jobs in Saudi Arabia to a bunch of princes,
yeah, that
For
was
what?
fun.
It was
That
fun.
That was
It's
fun.
fun.
You know,
I can't wait.
it was
for that.
in the gold room.
All right, we're talking about Christmas lights, everybody. I put up Christmas lights. This is the tradition that I love. My dad used to put up Christmas lights. We
Yeah.
grew up in a little Cape Cod style house with two dormers.
Storybook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Two
it.
dormers, right? So that light up the dormers. They'd frame the house. They'd do a tree in the front.
Yeah.
Cars always slowed down. Wasn't a big house, but just looked
Perfect.
like a freaking gingerbread house.
Like
is
a
what,
Hallmark card?
Yep,
Yeah.
it did. And I would look at it and I'd go, that's what it's about. That's Christmas right there.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. And when I'm a dad, when I own a house, I'm gonna do this.
And you're going to do it better.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yep. So, let's see. We've had this house for about 13 years, so
Yeah.
this is our 13th Christmas in it.
Yeah. You'd
And-
think you'd know by now, right?
Bro, 12 years I've been the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can I tell you? Okay, so Clark Griswold is kind of full of shit. I mean, it's hyperbole, and that's
Yeah.
comedy, so we don't hold it against him. But when he says that his house had 25,000 imported Italian twinkle lights,
Yeah.
he was not truthful. First of all, those
that-
were not Italian. Those are from China, and they don't twinkle. I have the same exact ones.
Are you sure
Yeah,
that they
absolutely.
were from China in the 80s?
Of course, everything was.
I don't know.
Probably
I think maybe Taiwan.
probably more so. We have a more. Oh yeah.
Maybe Taiwan. But if it says Italian
Mhm.
and they are fragile,
You know what you're doing right now?
what am I doing?
You're being the drunk woman in the front row with the leopard print silk blouse who's trying to heckle me. And I've got 7 more minutes, and I just would like you to shut the fuck up so I could get through my Christmas lights
All right.
bit. But
All right.
instead, I'm going to make fun of you. Where'd you find that blouse, lady? What is that, a leopard or a Z? What?
Building 19
And 1/8?
and 1/8. Route 9 Natick. Go
I did
ahead.
the snort again. Okay, so anyway, Christmas lights. I want to tell you, the house we have is a little bit bigger than my parents'. It's colonial style.
Sure,
So
sure.
there's more room to kind of do things.
Yeah.
It has 3 floors with the third floor has 3 dormers. Okay, it's like
What a canvas.
yes.
Love it.
Sorry if I just yelled into your ears, folks, but I just got a little excited there. A blank canvas. Like, let's dress this thing up.
Yeah.
Do you think that 1,300 Christmas lights is a lot of Christmas lights?
Let's see. You've got 1 light per 6 inches, and you've got 1,300 times 6. That would be 18,6. That would be 8,800. 7,800.
7,800 what? Are you trying to get linear?
7,800 inches divided by 12.
Is
So that would be
he done this?
6.
What?
600 feet.
Okay.
Is that 600 feet of light?
I'm
600 feet of light, and most light strips come in 50-foot lengths,
Yeah.
right? So that would be like 12 strands of lights.
Okay.
No, I don't think it's a lot.
No. Well, you're way off, by the way, with all your math. That was shitty. Well, yeah, I don't think it would be a lot either. I was hoping you were going to say, yeah, that sounds like a lot, because I was going to say, Bush League.
Yeah.
It's JV, bro. You know what I got?
How many?
My record on this house? 13,000.
Shut the front door. Really?
No, I'm not done.
Oh.
13,650
Wow.
goddamn lights. Yeah.
That's a lot of light.
It was a lot of light. I had a electrician had to come out. I said, before the ground freezes, I want you guys to dig a conduit. Right, I need a outpost.
Really?
Yeah, because I have a rock wall going up the driveway, 100-foot rock wall,
Yeah.
2 feet off of the ground. You got to put the 3x5 light nets. over
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those things. And you can only put 6. You can only, guys, if you want to learn something about exterior illumination, 6 strands. Anymore, you're blowing fuses. You can attach 6 nets or
Is that
6
right?
strands. Yeah, 6. That's the number. Want to do 5 and be safe because you don't want to go out in the middle of the night and try to find the blown fuse and go change it because it's already under the snow or whatever. Then
You
just do
could have
5.
just wired it for 220. You know?
Okay, Miss, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop heckling me. Sir, is this your wife? Yeah. So anyway, this year, can I tell you what was pissing me off this year?
Go ahead.
Every year, I have to get up on that ladder. It's a 20-foot ladder, and I have to get up to the right corner of the house. Now, there's a drop off on the side of the house.
Yeah.
There's also a rock planter that kind of makes me butt the foot of the ladder out a little bit farther, extended it out farther, so the angle, so the aluminum ladder is a little more bouncy.
Yep.
It's I used to ladder hop when I used to paint.
Sure.
Like I used to be like fearless.
Yeah.
Now I'm 48 and I'm smart. And I'm going to kill myself. Like if you fell, you would definitely break ribs, a back, maybe die.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
in trouble.
Paralyzing is definitely. So now I have to think risk and reward. And I'm like, God damn it. And I didn't want to do it. And I quit. I said, I literally yelled out, fuck this. Not happening this year. To which, unbeknownst to me, my neighbor Kevin across the street says, "You all right over there?"
Come on.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And I go, "I was till those goddamn Christmas lights." He's like, "You need help?" I'm like, "Nope, all done." And we had a laugh. That's normal in our neighborhood.
Yeah, I love it.
You know?
That's great.
So I gave up. I said, I'm not doing it. I walked away.
Threw in the towel.
I threw in the towel. I was like, I'm not doing this because I was up there and you climb up so high and you have to make all these adjustments and hook it up. And
Yeah.
it's just, I do not feel comfortable up there.
Yeah.
And if I don't get that strand across the top trim of the house, it sort of takes away from it unbalances the whole thing.
So now what?
Well, I went to my 30th class reunion, which I want to talk about in the second half.
Yeah.
Because it was a completely rejuvenating experience.
Really?
Yes. It was, I would say it was almost spiritual.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a must do.
I can't wait to hear it.
It's a must do. So anyway, I came back from that with a whole new rejuvenated spirit, and I'm going to attack this Christmas lights thing again because I'm not going to let
Goonies never say die, Rick.
That's right. I'm never, and that's right, Chunk. Right? You're Chunk?
I don't know. Am I Chunk?
No, I don't know. Let's see you do the
Do
truffle
you want me
shuffle.
to do the truffle
No,
shuffle?
I didn't mean Chunk. Who's the fat guy? The fucked up eyeball?
Sloth.
Sloth.
Yeah.
Do him.
I love you, Chunk. Rocky Road. Rocky Road. I could go on and on.
What was the thing he says when he came in, like swinging through?
Hey, you guys! And the pirate hat. He's got the patch on.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that prosthetic
God.
eyeball that could actually blink. Oh,
his laugh was great.
I want to see that guy's head in the Smithsonian. Who cares about Kermit? You know, put that thing in. All right.
Yeah, back to
So anyway,
the lights.
I am going to get these Christmas lights. I'm going to do it because the house looks beautiful and the kids are so goddamn happy. And it's a sense of accomplishment. And before, like when I literally threw them all. I just grabbed them all. I threw it all, everything in the garage. I said, I'm not doing this. And then I went to my reunion and I came back going, I'm going to, shit, that's a knot.
So have you done it?
I'm going to.
You're going to?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's today.
Okay.
When we get done with this, I'm going to do it.
No kidding.
But I'm not getting up on that top thing.
No.
Nope.
Who?
My days of the ladder climbing for aesthetic purposes, not like repair work or something. Like you're doing this because you don't have to.
Yeah.
I'm not getting on the ladder for that.
So,
but I'm going to sprawl. I'm going to sprawl if it's growing out of the ground.
Yeah.
It's going to get a light.
Okay. All right. So just a different.
Oh yeah.
A different.
Yeah. When you come by the enchanted Fink forest of festivities, you will see a different display. And now my attitude is change it up.
Yeah.
Like, keep them guessing. Like, what's it going to be like this year? Oh, my God. Ground assault. Dude, every shrub, every rock wall.
Yeah.
If it moves, if you are an Amazon delivery driver and you are not shuffling up the driveway fast enough, you might get hit with a 3x5 net. Plugged in and instantly become a part of the attraction.
A permanent fixture.
Yeah.
I love it. A Fink fixture.
Yeah. So anyway,
I love it.
So don't give up, folks. It's tough. It's tough to do the Christmas lights. It's tough to get the right Christmas tree and all that stuff. But actually, speaking of which, you said that you had a Christmas tree story worthy of sharing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's more of a tragedy.
Okay. It's always a tragedy because you have to kill the tree. You have to cut it down. Cycle of life.
That's true, but they're farmed specifically to make our lives happy during the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, my wife is quite the Christmas lover. She is like over the top. She loves to decorate. She's now gotten my daughter into the decorating.
Yeah.
And
your house is perfect for decorating. Holy shit!
It's a great house.
It is a 19th century log cabin renovated.
Yep.
Also, it is 21st century meets 19th century.
Yeah.
You have reclaimed beams from
Paul Revere's
Paul
Copper Mill
Revere's copper mill
in Canton, Mass.
in Canton, Mass.
Yeah, which date back to the renovation there in 1880, which means that those trees were probably from the 1600s, like
Which-
before the Pilgrims got here.
Yeah. No. Oh, you ruined it. I was going to say,
Oh.
planted by Johnny fucking Appleseed
Yeah,
himself.
Johnny Appleseed himself.
Yep. Cut down by none other than George Washington.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so historical.
It is. It's crazy. And we have Caitlin Struble at Winslow Designs to thank for that.
Yeah, another sponsor. She's great.
She's awesome.
Go to her website, winslowdesign.net.
But
Check out the portfolio.
it is a quintessential farmhouse, you know, that ties into the log cabin. So anyway, it's very picturesque and Christmassy.
I think about 6 or 7 Hallmark Christmas movies were filmed there last year, right?
That's right. That's right. In fact, people are knocking on my door all the time. Hey, do you mind if we film our Christmas special there?
A serendipitous Christmas was filmed here.
That's great.
Starring Ashley, who gives a fucking Billy, forget his name.
The best part is that Hallmark can film the movie and then they can use the house picture on their cards.
That's
you know,
right.
it's sort of a win-win. Hallmark, if you're listening. So anyway, my wife loves Christmas, and one Christmas, I decided that I was going to decorate the house for her as her Christmas gift, and so I brought in a designer, and they
You know
did
what
the
that's
whole
called
thing.
around here?
What do they call that?
Go do your fucking job, Rick. Ooh, Evan, when you're really feeling like romantic, do you ever like cook dinner?
No.
Oh,
I order Chinese
Do you
if I'm
sometimes
feeling romantic.
pay the bills? I mean, these are things you just do.
No, but this
bro.
is like over the top. This is
for you. I mean,
this is
this is not your arena.
It is not my arena.
Yeah, I can. Okay,
you know?
so that's why. Okay, I get it.
So anyway, had it all decorated, and it was insane. I mean, just incredible.
Yeah.
So obviously, in order to go with all the decorations, you have to find the perfect Christmas tree. And my wife is very particular about the Christmas tree. Has to be live, and it has to be perfect shape and like all that stuff. So
you don't take it out of the ground.
No. We have in the past gone and found our own tree, cut it down.
Okay, so it's not alive anymore.
No, all the trees are dead.
But your wife said you need a live tree.
Well, a live tree meaning not a fake tree.
okay.
You know,
So, a real tree.
a real tree
Big difference.
that was live.
A real dead tree.
So, well, as luck would have it, so we pick out. This is the most beautiful tree I've ever seen.
Probably a balsam fir.
First, I think it was the first year. Yeah, balsam. We had this new addition now, so we could put a freaking 16-foot tree in there if we want to.
Could be a blue spruce.
No blue spruce. No way. No. Norway spruce,
Now you're
but not a
talking.
blue spruce.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get this tree. It is perfectly shaped. It is the perfect Christmas tree.
Someone trimmed it.
It was
They trimmed it before.
magnificent.
Yeah.
And I think it was probably about 9 feet tall, which is a really big tree. So we get it back, we decorate it, and we set it up. I don't know. It was probably like 2 weeks before Christmas.
That's 2 weeks too late in my book.
Well,
bro. Come on.
I mean, this year we're set up pre-Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving, when everyone came over, our tree and all that stuff was up.
Same here. It's a short season.
It is a short season.
Short window. Yeah.
And the more you can lengthen Christmas, the better.
Yeah.
So we get the tree set up. It looks fantastic. And then all of a sudden, about 2 weeks later, right?
Yeah.
I start to notice some pine needles are falling on the ground, right?
Yeah, you gotta
And I was
water
like,
it.
Yeah, I'm watering it, you know?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's like more and more pine needles, and they just start falling off. All of a sudden, there's one section of the tree where it all just starts to weep,
Yeah.
and like pine needles are just falling off. Now there's a pile of pine needles on the ground. And I started to get concerned, as did the wife, that now we have a potential fire hazard. And you know what happens when you burn Christmas trees, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, big shit, big flaming
Within like 13 seconds, your house is on the ground.
Engulfed.
Yeah.
Engulfed.
It's crazy. Those videos are insane.
So now we are coming up on, we are about 3 days away from Christmas. we've got a Christmas party that's happening that night, and I had to make the call. We have got to get rid of the Christmas tree.
Ooh.
So now what the hell am I going to do? It's 3 days before Christmas, and there is not a Christmas tree in sight. So I end up going to Lovell's, which is a, what do you call it? Landscape.
A nursery.
Nursery, thank you.
Jesus.
Sorry. Sometimes, the thoughts are happening so fast.
You'd be really good on $10,000 pyramid. That thing. It's a store that sells plants in it.
Sounds like I'm great at charades, though.
Okay.
So anyway, we go to Lovell's, and they only have like the worst of worst trees left. Like that's all they have left because everybody
Charlie Brown trees.
A legitimate Charlie Brown.
Yep.
So I buy this Christmas tree, which is really dismal.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a sad.
You put all that work
tree.
in your Hallmark house for the holidays, and then you got this.
I have to get rid of the
twig.
beautiful tree, and
Yeah.
I buy this twig of a tree.
Could have turned the tree around.
There was no turning. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was like it
Okay.
was awful. So anyway, and we had an ice storm the night before. So now the entire tree is encased in ice.
Yeah.
So we bring the tree home. I did a video on this on social media. I'll share it. We bring the tree home. Now we have to we can't put the tree in the family room because it's all iced.
Yep.
So my father and I have to bring it down into the basement. We put a space heater on it for about an hour and can't burn the damn thing down, but we have to melt all the ice off the damn tree. So we melt all the ice off the damn tree.
You shake that shit up, man.
No, it was frozen solid. It was
Was
an
it in the
ice-
net? Was it still netted?
No, it was tied. It was not a net. It was tied. So it was like the twine.
I would have just picked it up and.
Frozen solid ice storm.
Yeah, you body slam it off of your porch into the driveway. It goes
No.
and all the shit falls
but
off.
then it looks even worse than it already did. I
Okay.
mean, it was
Yeah.
it was a bad deal.
Okay.
So anyway, and this was not Lovell's fault, by the way.
Where's the funny? This is a comedy podcast. This is a big setup.
It is. It's
Big-
just well,
Where's the
Jesus,
punch,
I don't
Evan?
know.
Where's the punch?
So there I don't
TikTok.
know.
Oh,
Jesus
that
Christ.
lady in the front row with the
Yeah.
leopard print silk
Yeah.
blouse
Oh,
and the
God.
alcohol problem. She's gonna start heckling you soon.
All right. Well, in any event, we get the Christmas tree set up. I don't have a punchline, Rick. I don't have a punchline.
I just think it's funny to fuck with you. I love
God.
you. Go ahead. No, what? No.
So
I-
we finally get the tree set up.
Yeah.
It was this measly looking thing,
Okay.
but you know what? We learned that it's not about the tree.
Okay,
It's about the experience,
guys.
and
it's worth
family.
It was worth the wait. Wasn't it?
Family spending time together.
Uh-huh.
That was it. And I would like to pat myself on the back for
Mhm.
preventing a family fire
Yeah.
where we could have lost the entire house.
Yeah.
Instead, we made the sacrifice. We bought this, measly, sad-looking tree,
Mhm.
and we gave that tree a home, a
Yeah.
happy home.
Yep.
And that
then
was
you
it.
and then you kicked it to the curb and it was thrown in.
No, then I burned it in my bonfire in the back, and all hell broke loose, and it was fantastic. So
Awesome.
it went up in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, it did. And you know what's great? I'll take our Christmas tree when
Yeah.
we do live ones. I have a fake 12-footer.
Yeah,
Before that, you get the tree was just so big and everything.
yeah.
You stand it up in your fire pit in the backyard.
Oh, it's the
And
best.
you light that thing up. The snap, crackle, and pop. It's
Yeah.
like fireworks. That thing is like, stand back. This thing's up. Yeah. You should do that.
What we do.
Stick it upright and light it up and be like, yep.
So we historically, I'll burn the Christmas tree every single year. We have a bonfire, invite people over, and it's like a big deal. When I was living in my first house in Medfield, the cops would come on occasion just to make sure
Just to
that
warm up.
just to make sure that we were okay, doing stuff. Anyway, we burned our Christmas tree.
Yep.
Have our ceremonial Christmas tree burn. This story will be a little quicker, okay?
Yeah.
All right. We do our
I can't wait to go to this one.
Christmas tree burn. We do it,
Yep.
and it's awesome. And then everyone's drunk around the fire, and they're like, "We want another one!" And so my buddy's like, "Hey, I saw a Christmas tree on the side of the road."
Yes. You start grab. Oh, everyone, bring your own Christmas tree. Let's burn this shit. Yes. This is the new thing. Men, kings, unite.
Indeed.
You get your Christmas tree. You go to your buddy's house with a sixer.
Yep.
Right. And you're like, well, I'm here for the Christmas tree sacrifice.
Of course you
right?
are.
The cremation. Right.
Yep.
How do you like you were celebrating the birth of baby Jesus Christ. What are you gonna do? Take this ceremonial like icon, this religious icon, and just throw it to the curb for the
Heck no. For the
No.
Boy Scouts? No.
You
burn it.
You burn it. Yeah, it's way more fun.
So my buddy takes his minivan. He sells medical devices, and he takes his minivan.
Hey, wait, he sells medical devices and he's driving a minivan.
driving a minivan. Yeah, because he has the medical devices in the back of the minivan.
I was gonna say, I mean,
That's why. There's no third row seat. There's no second row seat. It's basically just a carry van for medical devices.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any in the back of the car this night. So he and my buddy leave my house. Yeah. They go to get this tree that was literally 20 feet tall. It was in Dover. 20-foot tall Christmas tree in Dover.
Yep.
They stuff it into the back of the minivan, and you can't shut the door.
Yeah,
so
sure.
it is literally, you've got 10 feet of tree hanging out of the back.
Clark Griswold style.
They come down the driveway. Well, they come down our road. We see them, and we're all like, yeah, woo!
Sure.
Well, we have a fence that goes all around the house. We can't drag it over the fence because it's so damn big. So we actually ended up dragging it through the front door, out the mudroom door, and then out to the thing. We threw that freaking thing onto the fire.
Yeah.
I shit you not. There were flames 60 feet tall.
Fucking right, man.
And then the next thing you know, the fire engine showed up.
Oh, sure.
So they come down the street.
Now you're in trouble for this. You don't have a burn permit. I mean, you just put a 60-foot. You just called our resources. To a call that. Nope.
Yeah. Well,
you got in trouble.
I did not get in trouble. I got a slap on the wrist. But so they pull up, and they're like, "So what are you doing? Burning Christmas trees?" And I'm like, "No. Why would you say that?" And they're like, "Well, there's a trail of pine needles going through your front door." And I'm like, "So we literally follow the pine needles."
You lied to the cop. That's good.
It was a.
Are you joking?
It was a joking lie.
Yeah.
You
What
know.
are you talking about? Huh?
It's a,
I don't know.
So we literally, he's like, "Let's go," and so we follow the pine needles up to the front door, into the mudroom, out the back, and then there is literally the carcass of a 20-foot tree that has just been gloriously burned.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically told us to, put it out and don't do that again. So they were actually really cool.
Yeah,
So
that's
hats
great.
off to the Medfield Fire and PD.
Okay, well, that's terrific. I do like the tradition. I just say maybe, again, moderation, right?
Yeah.
Who's that? Oscar Wilde said
Yeah.
everything in moderation,
Yeah.
even moderation, which is one of my favorite quotes.
Yeah. Moderation and moderation.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's important. Okay, let's do some advertising. We have to show some love to our sponsors. Yeah, folks, we actually have sponsors. People pay us to talk about them in a positive manner. But we wouldn't just take anyone's money and talk about them in a positive manner if we didn't support the product or service. And that's the truth. I'm not a sellout. I ain't no hoe. I mean, this guy here to my right, he'll give you a $5 hand job at the grocery store
Only-
parking lot.
Yeah, if it's $5, it's definitely left hand though. 10 if you want the right.
All right, I'm 48, going on 16 with my hand job jokes. Rick, grow up. It's the Christmas holiday season. Okay, so first sponsor is Perez Martial Arts. I've talked about Perez Martial Arts a lot. Most recently, I was telling the story about how I bought them a poinsettia to show appreciation like 2 years ago. The thing's thriving. We repotted it, and oh, God, I can't wait to see that thing come into full bloom for Christmas.
That's great.
Yeah, so Perez Martial Arts is our first sponsor, and we have a special guest today. I'd like to welcome to the show to do just special guest appearance spokesperson duties, because this person is celebrity, wait for it, really likes Perez Martial Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show from the Family Guy, Peter Griffin.
Well, hello, Rick.
Peter, I am so excited to have you here. How are you doing, buddy?
Oh, haven't you heard?
Heard about what?
Bird is the word. Bird is the word. Bird is the word. Bird is the word. Everybody heard about the bird.
You were so excited. All right, Peter. Let's talk about Let's talk about Perez Martial Arts. You're looking really good. You look fantastic. What's your secret?
Thanks, Rick. You know, people have been asking me that a lot lately, and all I have to say is it's all thanks to Perez Martial Arts.
Perez Martial Arts, I've heard of them. They're all about building confidence and discipline. How did you get started there?
Oh, it's a hilarious story. I wanted to learn how to defend myself without relying on my usual superpowers. So I signed up, and let me tell you, I wasn't just learning self-defense. I was getting fit and feeling great.
Oh, that's awesome. But isn't that a place for kids, too?
Absolutely. Perez Martial Arts offers classes for all ages. They have amazing programs for kids to teach them about respect and focus and how to handle bullies, all while having a blast. It's like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, but with a lot more kicking and punching.
Sounds like a perfect way to keep kids active and engaged. What do they focus on in the programs?
Well, they teach a mixture of martial arts styles, so whether it's karate, jiu-jitsu, or taekwondo, there's something for everyone. Plus, the instructors are top-notch. Sorry, I just had a little brain meltdown. The instructors are top-notch. They really know how to motivate you, if you know what I'm saying.
Wow, it sounds like you're really passionate about it. Have you noticed any changes since you started training there?
Oh, you bet. I feel like $1 million. I can finally do the chicken dance without feeling winded. And a confidence boost, unbeatable. I walk into any room and it's like, hey, look out. Here comes Peter.
Incredible. So for all our listeners, whether you're looking to get yourself or your kids into martial arts, Perez Martial Arts is the place to go. How can they find out more?
Just check out their website, folks. You won't regret it. Train hard, have fun, and who knows, you might just end up looking as good as me.
All right, that's PerezMartialArts.com. Tell them Peter Griffin sent you.
That's right, Rick.
Peter, I'm having fun, buddy.
Yeah, this is great.
You mind if you got a second? You want to?
Yeah, sure.
Holidays are coming up.
They certainly are.
Are you excited?
Oh, boy, it gives me a little warm and fuzzy in my nether regions.
Do you get stressed out sometimes?
You know, I've been known to lose my temper from time to time.
Oh, God. I can only imagine that's probably a really that's a festive experience right there to see a Peter Griffin losing his shit.
Well, listen, it doesn't happen often, but when it does, you better look out.
All right, well, how about let's talk about Larkin's Liquors. I know that you're a big fan of Larkin's Wine and Spirits, yes?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about that. You've been there lately? You try to visit the brothers over at Larkin's for your beverages?
Oh, you know I've got a little secret tucked away in my pantry from Larkin's Wine and Spirits.
Larkin's, it's a great choice. How do they help you with the holiday stress?
Well, first off, they've got an incredible selection of wines and spirits. Whether you're hosting family dinner or just trying to unwind after a long day of holiday chaos, they've got something for everyone.
So it's all about choosing the right drink?
Exactly. Larkin's Wine and Spirits have experts who can help you pick the perfect wine for your holiday meals or a smooth whiskey to sip on when you relax. Plus, they have a great variety of craft beers if you're more into that.
Sounds fantastic, but we all know that the holidays can also lead to a bit of excess. How do you handle that responsibly, Peter?
Oh, Rick, it's all about moderation. Larkin's places a big emphasis on responsible drinking. They even offer tips on how to host great parties without overdoing it. Remember, it's not just about the drinks. It's about the bonding with the family and friends.
I can relate to that. So for our listeners out there, how can they get some Larkin's Wine and Spirits for their holiday gatherings?
Well, Rick, you just head to their website to check out their latest offers and find the perfect drinks to swing by for your holiday celebrations. They even have gift ideas if you want to spread some cheer.
Well, that's fantastic. Remember, everybody, keep the holidays fun, joyful, and responsible. Thanks for sharing, Peter.
No problem, Rick. Here's to a stress-free holiday season with Larkin's Wine and Spirits. Merry Christmas.
All right. Nice job.
Hey, thank you.
All right, Peter, get out of here. We got to get back to the show.
Skittle-doo. That'll do.
Hey, Evan, second half. You ready to do this?
Woo! Boy, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Peter, huh?
Peter's good. I like Peter.
He makes me laugh.
He used to be a fat ass.
Yeah, yeah. Not after going to Perez martial arts.
No, now he
man.
looks like a ninja.
He was like svelte.
Svelte.
Yeah.
I saw an 8-pack, actually.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, second half. Let me talk to you about this. We were talking a little bit earlier about I went to my 30th high school reunion.
Yes, you did.
Now, the feelers went out like in the summer.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what do you think about having a reunion? My initial thought was, fucking, who cares? You know, because I'm, for whatever reason, yet to be discovered.
You weren't feeling it.
I don't know. My therapist will say I'm a. No, I'm just kidding. I want to talk about this because I feel like a lot of people can relate.
Yeah.
When you think 30th reunion, are you like, oh yeah, I gotta be there? Or you're like, fuck, no way would I ever go? Or are you like, boy, I would like to go, but I don't know if anyone would remember. I've lost touch. Oh, him and ha, yeah. Right? Where would you come in?
I feel like reunions are always about, you're kind of like, oh, God, I got the 30th reunion or 20th reunion or 10th reunion or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of like, I don't know. And then you get there and you have way more fun than you ever thought.
Okay, now are you speaking from experience or is this just a theory, a hypothesis?
Well, I have not been to my 30th,
Mhm.
but I was at my 20th. I
Well,
think.
isn't your 30th next year? You're a 95 grad,
Yeah,
right?
95. Yeah. So mine is next year.
Mhm.
And I don't know who's throwing it or sponsoring. But I feel like it's going to be like, oh, God, the 30th reunion. And then I'm going to go, and it's going to be freaking awesome, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So that's my take.
Okay, so for this conversation, I think we could structure it as I came from my 30th.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
will get some intel going into
All
it.
right.
I would encourage you to go. So I came from the perspective of hem and ha. Like, there's people I like to see. But I don't know. And you know why? Because high school was not a great experience for me. Academically, I was a C student.
Mhm.
I could not sustain 48 minutes of attention.
Oh, forget it, dude.
With back to back 6 lessons of lecture. I mean, sometimes science you experiment, you could do some hands-on learning.
Yeah.
Math was always follow along, but that's lecture and keep up. It got to the point where it's like, I don't care about what the fuck the hoplites did, who they killed, how many of them it took. I don't care how tall or long their spears. I just want, like,
for the ADD geniuses such as us,
Yeah.
very difficult
it
sitting
is hard.
still.
So that was difficult. The other part socially was I just wasn't a confident person. So,
I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't. I mean, I was confident. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I knew my place. Like,
Yeah. Is that how you kind of fell into comedy?
There's a sad clown
Jesus Christ.
within every stand-up
Oh,
comic.
my
Who the fuck goes on stage, says, put a spotlight on me so I can be judged by 150 people who I do not know?
Well, maybe
who puts themselves through that? A tortured soul.
Oh, my
A sad person. No, but comedy comes from strong emotion. It comes from sadness, pain, anger, anxiety, challenges, right?
Sure.
And then you have to turn that into funny. That's if you can.
Yep.
But that has nothing to do with this. We were talking about, why did we get onto that?
You were telling me about you were
socially.
socially.
Yeah, and then you were going down that wormhole, and you're not my therapist or my nail tech, so I'm not going to talk to you about it.
All right.
Just kidding. You could do my nails any day.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
But Jenny, my nail tech, might get jealous.
All right. Well,
We should actually get our nails done together.
I'm not getting my fucking nails done.
You've never
with
done
you.
a spa pedi?
No.
You never had a paraffin wax
No,
soak on your toes, bro?
I have dipped my feet into the tub, and I have let the
little fish nibble the dead skin cells off?
I
That's
don't
a
know.
good one.
I don't know what the hell. Oh, they take like a cheese grater
Yeah.
to your heel,
Mhm.
and they do that stuff. But I'm not getting my fingernails done. Why would I get my fingernails?
You got to go over to Natural Nails. Ask for Jenny's mother,
Yeah.
and she will punch your arch of your heel
Whoa.
or your feet. You just take a beating.
Where is this now?
It's over on Park Street.
Oh, it's in Medfield.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll let the wife know.
Tell him the Finkster sent you.
The Finkster, huh?
Yep. Anyway, so we were talking, folks, about the reunion.
Go on. Did
What
you have your nails did?
No.
For the
So
for
the reunion, it was awesome. I had so much fun.
Okay.
I went. So this is what I did. I said, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just roll up. I'm not gonna make any big plans about it.
Yep.
I bought a ticket like the day before.
Where was it?
Up in Concord, New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
So I stayed at this hotel across the street from this place we went to, and I walked over. You know what? I was like, I never want to be the first person there.
Yeah, yeah.
I just hate that small talk. I don't like the small talk. Let's talk about real stuff.
Yeah.
And then you get someone and you don't like that forced. At 7 when the thing started, I got in the shower, got ready. I got there like 7:45. So
Yeah.
this is now filled. Regret. I wish I was there at 7. Hindsight.
Sure.
Because I felt like that wasn't enough time.
Oh, no kidding.
I still want to talk to people.
That's cool.
And there were people I didn't even talk to.
Interesting.
And I'm like, there's like 4 or 5 people that I saw, and I said, I'll get over there.
And you didn't end
And
up.
I couldn't.
Yeah. Well,
The
because
other-
you talk a lot.
Yeah.
You know? Just saying. just
Hey,
saying.
you should go back to that fucking Christmas tree story that went nowhere.
Hey, listen.
Until I saved it.
It went somewhere.
Yeah.
Up in flames.
Up in flames. So I had fun. It's weird, though.
Yeah.
Some socially awkward things that will happen if you go to your 30th reunion by yourself. One,
Yeah.
you walk in by yourself.
Yeah.
You're exposed. You don't know anyone. You don't know if anyone. I mean, you come in and you turn the corner and it's a bunch of people. And now what do? The bar's over there.
Yeah.
There's 40 people between.
Ugh.
And you haven't seen these people in like 30 years.
Did you? Oh,
So
and you
just,
don't drink anymore
You just
either,
barrel.
right?
Yeah, but I'll go get a Coke, right? So, what do? Hi, Bill, can't talk right now. Got to get a drink. Be right back. Oh, hey, Karen, hi, nice to see you. Nope, oh, got to get my beverage. No, it takes you 45 minutes just to get to the goddamn bar. 'cause
Oh,
you're just...
my God.
So finally, I got smart. I said, hey, Seth, how you doing? Let's go to
Yeah.
the bar. So now I'm walking and talking. Now I get to the bar.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I'm at the bar. Now I got there. But then I just started seeing people and just having memories.
Yeah.
And just getting I don't want to say it was spiritual
Okay.
or I don't want to liken this to going to heaven because that's really silly.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's something about finding yourself in a room
Yeah.
with people that you knew as children,
Mm-hmm.
and they're now almost 50 years old.
Yeah.
They're adults, and I'm looking at Leah,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I remember her in first grade, and here she is as like a mother of
50 years old.
yeah.
How's she
And-
look?
And I'm great.
Yeah.
And I'm like talking to my friend Christy. Oh, my friend Christy. I've mentioned her before. My oldest friend ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
The funny thing I tell about Christy is in first grade we sat together and she had a patch on her eye, and whenever she got a paper back, the teacher, if she did a good job, would draw a smiley face, but the smiley face would have a patch on the eye. And I say, oh, I joked about that on the podcast and blah blah. And I'm like, because I'm like, so yeah, because remember that eye infection or whatever you had? And she
Yeah.
goes, what? She says, I had a lazy eye, you dick.
Oh man.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
That is funny.
I didn't know that all you had to do to fix a lazy eye was just to put a patch on it.
What?
That's what I learned. I mean, apparently, my friend Christy had the lazy eye.
Get out of here.
Doctor puts a patch on it in first grade. It goes away. That's where the lazy eye, it's gone. It's kind of like, did you know if you put duct tape on a wart,
What?
it'll take the wart away?
Are you serious?
My son's pediatrician,
Get out of here.
I shit you not, says, I don't know how it works. It just does. And I'm like, okay.
Is that the truth?
That's his truth.
Okay.
And that's when I probably started looking for the Granada Medical School degree on the wall. I'm like, I don't know where this guy went to school, but duct tape.
Oh.
Duct tape and warts.
So how are the Concord girls looking?
Oh, okay. I'll say this. Everybody,
Yeah.
and I'm happy for this,
Yeah, yeah.
looked happy
Okay.
and healthy.
That's great.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I was very happy for that. There were people that were, here's my big takeaway, okay? This is the big lesson. This is the big thing. And it came at the end of the night from someone who I hardly ever talked to.
Let's hear it.
I was talking to one of my buddies in the lobby
Yeah.
of the place as we were all dispersing to go to,
After parties?
the bar
Nice.
hopping, right? Because it was 11 o'clock. And this woman who I went to school with was walking out the door.
Yeah.
And as she's walking by, not saying anything to us, I said, you look like Elizabeth Shue.
Really?
And she turns around and she goes, I said, have you heard that before? She goes, 100 times. She had a couple. And then she came over and we started shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And then about a minute into the conversation, I said, this is a really nice conversation. I would say it's amassed more time than all of our conversations accrued in high school. And
Well, you're talking with Elizabeth Shue.
Right. So she says, well, I had stuff going on. And I'm like, whatever. Like, she's still friends with her.
Yeah.
But just the fact that comment, I'm like, didn't we all? That was the thing. Like, everyone had something going. You were 14, 15, 16, 17 years
hell
old.
yeah.
Those are shitty times a year. Like, when I was a ninth grade teacher, I would tell the kids the first day, hey, you're the little kids in the big pond. This is probably gonna be the worst year of high school. I'm just telling you right now. I'd set up, make them laugh about it, like tell them like this is it. Like you get through this, it's gonna get better. But this is you guys. Come on, look at you. You're 120 pounds. Those guys,
Yeah.
crush it. Anyway, people like I said, everyone was happy and healthy.
Yeah.
Immediately hit me when I walked in. I heard Rick Fink from this girl who always was introverted and
Really?
quiet and not very
Not anymore.
And now she's gregarious and
Yeah.
and an extrovert and social, like teenage, like
Yeah.
So I was excited.
That's cool,
So
man.
that's how I walked into a person who was very quiet and
Yep.
reserved, who was robust and excited about like the welcome. It's very nice
That's
to feel
awesome.
that. And then leaving, I'm like, hey, see you later. And she's like, oh, hey. And then we start talking.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Let me ask, did you do your 20th reunion?
no, I skipped that one.
You did. Did you do the 10th?
I did.
You did the 10th, skipped the 20th, and then did the 30th.
Yeah. I went to the 10th because you're only 28, a
Yeah,
couple years
sure.
out of school. You're on the up and up. Career's looking great. You're fucking psyched. You're not even 30.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. I want to go back. These guys, I haven't seen them in a couple years.
Yeah, right.
The 20th, I went into that. I'm not going to that. I'm too fuck high school.
Yeah,
Blah, blah, blah. I don't need to go. Who cares? Bunch of clicks. Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care. So beneath me, behind me. But then I was in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Like 20 years after high school, you're like fucking rat race and all that shit.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of kicking back. Things are easier. I'm looking and reflective, and I see,
Well, and you got a lot to be proud of,
yeah.
you know?
You know what's funny? A couple notes about things. One guy I saw who works for the State Department married a woman in Ukraine when he was over there. He's back here.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's in Washington now.
Yeah.
I was hoping I would see him.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it because it's like this guy's
Yeah.
an international man of
Mystery.
mystery.
Yeah. CIA?
He was fucking there.
No way.
And you know what he said to me?
What?
This is Jason Jimenez Bragdon, by the way. Buddy, what's up? He says, oh my God, I was hoping that you would be here. And I said,
Nice.
I was hoping you'd be here. So that was great.
That's awesome.
And then you start realizing how much you played in someone else's life.
That's pretty
that
cool,
you-
man.
Like, I know that he played a part in my life. I always thought he was very funny. He would help
Yeah.
me get through the boredom of I was bored, and
Yeah.
I did not like high school. It was
Yeah.
boring.
Ah.
Everything was boring.
Speaking my language,
And
bro.
you bring someone that can bring a little levity to
Yeah.
everything, you're in my circle, and
Yeah.
that's what he was to me. And I don't know if
Yeah.
you never. Life's too short, but we never say things to people like, "Hey, man, you really meant a lot to me."
Yeah.
And I had that moment.
That's awesome.
That's just one. That's just one example. It
Yeah.
happened all night long.
That's cool.
People coming up to you, just saying something that, just like something about you, a memory
Sure.
or an experience or something, and they came to you with conviction. Like, I came here, and if I saw certain people, I wanted to say certain things. Like, that's what that night was.
Totally.
There was, and I say heavenly, like, we have barriers, right? We have Muslims and Jews and Christians that don't always get along, and the extremisms, right? The left, the right, race, everything. So
All of it.
high school, a microcosm of that in your cliques, right? We
Sure.
had kids called buzzards. they smoked the cigarettes. And,
Oh, yeah.
and had premarital sex by the dumpster. I don't know what they did, but they were the buzzards, right? And then you had
We had the metalheads.
yeah, you had metalheads, you had the jocks, you had the burnouts, you
Yep.
had I would classify myself as unrestricted free agent
Yeah,
pollinator
yeah.
of clicks.
Yeah.
Like they're clicks. Open door policy.
Yeah.
But I'm not committed.
Yeah.
I would just kind of float. You know?
I
did have like a little circle of buddies, but
Yep.
but like your core. But
Yeah,
when
right.
you want to branch out and party, I can't bring everyone together.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's,
No,
that's
totally.
always my problem with high school. It's like why can't I hang out with you guys and you guys?
Right.
because guys on the hockey team don't hang out with guys in the
But
band.
that's
but
because
you should.
But
'cause-
that's because not all guys are you, and not all guys are me.
yeah.
And so like as you and I were able to kind of bounce around between the
Yeah.
clicks, if you will.
Yeah.
That I think is a rare. I think that's a rare thing. It takes a kind of unique individual to be able to kind of bounce around. Some people feel more comfortable within that clique or group, if you want to call it that.
Yep.
Because you have, you're all interested in the same things. I'm interested in all the things, because of the ADD brain.
Yes.
So it's like you're bouncing around. You're getting dopamine hits from this group. You're getting this from that. You know what I mean?
Yep,
It's like it's all interesting.
Okay, so you get it.
I totally
Yeah,
understand.
Yeah, and I do understand that. Like, I was anti-click. I hated it, all that
Yep.
stuff. But then I got to college and I joined a fraternity.
Ugh.
But our motto was keep your individuality.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a guy from the Bronx. His name was Akeem Wale, and he played the saxophone, right? And then we had a guy named Todd, who was a fucking lumberjack from Maine.
Awesome.
But both guys were fucking funny,
Yeah.
and that's all that mattered. Oh, and we like to smoke pot, so we'd all hang out.
That's awesome.
And that was great. And that's what I loved. So it was like I did join a clique, but the clique celebrated
Yeah.
our individual, what we could bring to the table that's unique and not, monochromatic.
So it's interesting, you bring up the weed, the pot.
Yeah.
That was actually, I think, a big catalyst for members of the different cliques coming together, and like, you're at a party and everybody, hey, I got a joint, and so like you get the jock, you get the metalhead, you get, people kind of coming together. And it was usually me with the weed, and I found out that if I brought the weed, then people would come to me. And I kind of like being the center of attention.
Oh my God. Am I hanging out with a fucking high school drug dealer
No.
to get friends?
Stop.
Were you the guy that
Oh, Jesus. No,
You're the guy in college that can only get laid if you had the coke. You are a scumbag.
That is not true. That is not true. I did not need coke to get laid. I needed coke to keep my dick up. I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
That's a joke. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, the party was great. Here's another thing. Sometimes, do you have people in your life that you have never ever talked to in your entire life?
Wait, what?
That you see almost regularly?
What is that? Wait, huh?
Okay. I went to high school
Yeah.
and junior high with several people.
Yeah.
I graduated.
How
with,
big was your class?
I was gonna say about 350.
Your class was 350.
350. I was almost valedictorian.
No shit.
Yeah, I
Well,
was-
with odds like that, I mean.
350 students. I was almost valedictorian, but I was narrowly beaten by 240 of my competing students.
Wow. So I went to DS.
Dude, that's a joke. That is
Oh,
a fucking
I
joke.
missed it. I'm
Narrowly
sorry.
beaten by 250 students. Narrowly beaten. 250. Fucking.
I'm sorry.
That was funny. That's not even my joke.
I didn't
That's
pick
an
up
Adam
what you were
Carolla
laying
joke.
down.
That's Adam Carolla.
I went to DS. We had 101 in my class.
Dover Sherborne.
Yeah,
One-
101,
what,
I think.
the number one public high school in Massachusetts. You
For
guys have a fucking
Years
observatory.
and years. and
When I was doing my
years.
student teaching at Dover Sherborne, I looked up. I'm like, that you guys have an observatory. You have a telescope on your roof.
We do?
Yes, a big giant white dome with a goddamn telescope
When did
in
that
it.
happen?
I don't know. I was there about 15 years ago.
Oh, Jesus. I was there 30 years ago.
Okay. Well, maybe they didn't have.
I don't remember a telescope.
Well,
And it's certainly not a dome because we would have fishbowled the hell out of that, I promise you.
not when I'm drinking coffee.
Sorry.
All right. So anyway,
All right, go ahead.
there's people in your life that they're in your everyday life, and you just get to the point where it's like, we just don't talk.
Yeah.
There's no talk. Like, there was a guy in junior high and high school who I never spoke to ever. I mean, there's a couple, but this guy, his name's Derek.
Mm-hmm.
And Derek and I never talked. In fact, one time in like 7th grade, I recall we sat together, shoulder to shoulder, at one of those two top
Yeah.
desk chair the things in a health class. Never talked. Like,
No
oh,
kidding.
here, take one, pass it down. Like,
Yeah.
okay, all these opportunities. One time he was leaning back in his chair and he fell and hit his chin on
Oh,
the desk.
Jesus.
And I think I said, "You all right?"
Nice.
I think that's the extent of our conversation.
You should have been 10.
Yeah.
10.
Nice job. No, you just never talked.
So he's like an NPC.
No, actually, he's a really popular person. Like,
Oh.
yeah.
You
Derek-
just never talked to him.
me and Derek never talked.
Interesting.
But Derek was, well-known, popular guy. Nothing wrong with that guy.
Yeah.
Just never talked to him.
Interesting.
So I see him at the reunion,
Oh.
and I'm thinking to myself, I like to keep a good streak running.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just for the fun of it, just for my own amusement, and see what happens. I'm not gonna talk to him.
It's incredible.
Now listen, I regret it
Oh.
because at the after party, I'm at this place called Panucci's Ale House, great dive bar,
Nice. In Concord?
Mhm.
Nice.
and I'm talking to this woman who's his wife.
Yeah.
She introduces herself to me. We started shooting the breeze. There's like maybe 30 of us,
Sure.
that migrated to this bar, and her and I were at the bar. We just happened to start talking, and I realized very quickly that I am talking to probably one of the most wholesome, good people. Like when you meet a good soul,
Totally.
it hits you right.
Yep.
This person is one of those people, and I was compelled to break my silence
Sure.
of 30 years and say, you know what, Derek? I just met your wife, and she is one of the most lovely people I've ever met in my life.
That's
I
awesome.
just thought you should know that.
That's awesome.
But I didn't tell him that. Because it just worked out. Like, I was off. I had to run off to another place.
Dude, that's cool.
But Derek, if you're listening, your wife is a wonderful person.
a beautiful
I forget her
soul.
name, but yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
When-
So isn't that funny? People that you didn't talk to in high school,
Yep.
You should. Like, why not? And people that you thought might have been snobby, they were teenagers.
Yeah.
Everyone had shit going on.
Everybody-
Everyone had stuff.
Crazy. Yeah.
Um,
You don't know what people are going through at
yeah.
the time,
But back to you're saying where the ladies good looking. Everyone was good looking. Everyone looked.
That's
great. I
awesome.
mean, I was a suburban 8.5. I'm not gonna lie. I was. All right,
For
this is
New
a fucking-
Hampshire,
this is a
because
fucking
that's
tough
different
crowd.
than Massachusetts.
Suburban 8.5. That's a good line.
For New Hampshire or Massachusetts?
Oh,
That's a legitimate
Dude,
question.
New Hampshire's my
it's a
stomping
different.
grounds.
It's
That's
a
where I
different.
come from.
It's where I came from. But I'm not gonna lie. There's a difference. Anyway,
that's not true. I would take a Seacoast, New Hampshire 7 over a
Seacoast, New Hampshire, like Hampton,
no,
like Hampton Beach.
no.
I've had a couple Seacoast 7s in my day. Let me tell you.
You get crabs there at the Seacoast?
No,
You got crabs at the Seacoast.
no, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I'm not. No. Anyway,
What else?
go on.
What else do I have to say about the reunion? Here's another one. I want this thing to continue farther and why do we have to wait 10 more years? I am blown away by this experience. I want to rekindle my friendships and relationships and start friendships and relationships who I didn't have them with all these people from this pool
I've got a great
of
idea.
people. I sat around and it was like, I actually thought this. When you die,
Yeah.
they say your life flashes like just images. Boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom, boom.
yeah,
You get
yeah,
that
yeah.
carousel
Yeah.
of images. And I actually was looking around at the room going, how many of these people are going to appear in that rapid playing carousel of images before I die? Because tonight I'm going through memory lane. I am looking at people. I'm remembering random walks to the bus stop in the winter with that
Yeah.
kid. And I'm remembering
Yeah.
getting with a tiff with that person
That's
over,
awesome.
over a video game, and it's all awesome. And I wanted to just hug everybody. I really did.
Jeez.
I mean, I never had any bad blood with anybody.
Yeah.
Never got into a fight.
Yeah.
Never had a beef. So
That's great.
So there was nothing. Never had a girlfriend situation. I never even had a girlfriend. So I never really had like that. Oh, things are weird with me and Sally.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, I mean, it's 30 years later. It
Yeah,
can't be
that-
anything.
also,
freaking
who
weird,
gives a shit, yeah.
unless like you knocked her up and whatever. But that's different story for a different day.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
No,
No,
Is
no,
that
no, no,
story a
no,
little
no,
close to
no, no,
home?
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
No, that was a joke. Go on.
Oh, your jokes aren't landing tonight either. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's all. So did I sell it? Are you going to go to your reunion?
I would have gone anyway.
Okay. Oh, another great thing.
Yeah.
Your friends that couldn't go are now hitting you up because they saw pictures and they want the dates.
Yeah.
And they're like, what happened? And there's a lot of them that couldn't go because they were out of town. They don't even live locally anymore, that kind of thing.
Sounds like excuses.
Mm-hmm. But then there's people that I know didn't go because they had Rick Fink's mentality from the 20th reunion. And I say, grow up.
Yeah.
Strap on a pair, go to the reunion.
Yeah.
And just fucking talk to somebody.
Now you got 10 years until the next one. Good.
Well, no, this is what I'm proposing. So on the Facebook group, Class of 94 high school reunion, there's discussion about, could we do this every 5 years? Could we do this? I got a great idea. I want my friend Christy with the eye patch, the lazy eye, right? She wants to come do. You heard I used to go to comedy shows in high school. When we got our driver's license, we go see comedy. And now that I do it, she wants to come see. I said, it would be really great. You get a ticket package. I'll go get booked over at Mohegan Sun. I can do this, okay? I go get a show at Mohegan Sun. You get the party bus. You get the block of rooms. I'll get you the tickets. You bring, like, the class of 94. Anyone that wants to, like, this is the social, we have a social committee, a 1994 Concord High School graduate class social club.
I love it.
And my friend Christy is going to be the social chair, and she's going to get our first, I'm going to fill up some seats. We'll get the whole place.
That's awesome. You should do some like events like that. I think that's great.
People are like, "Oh, I want to see your comedy. You do comedy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but you should come." Or they're like, "Will you do it tonight?" I'm like, "No." Like, "Well, I heard you're going to do comedy." I'm like, "I would definitely not. I would never do comedy in a forced audience."
Oh, good.
You know what you have to think about if you're the stand-up comic and you're like, "Oh, I got funny stuff. Can I do?" You're the guy with the guitar.
Yeah.
At the party.
Yeah.
No one asked you to bring the guitar.
Yeah.
Right. And if you start fucking playing music, trying to get laid, on the staircase. With your harem of little band nerd girlfriends, right? Trying to fucking play that Blink 182 song, fucking acoustic. Get out of my party. You're annoying me, right? No one asked you to do that. So
see, you don't.
So I don't want to do it. I'm like, you guys didn't come to a comedy show. You came to a reunion.
You can take your comedy from group to group and just make people laugh as you're conversing.
Oh, I just shoot the shit with people.
Yeah,
but
totally.
But people are asking about the comedy. Like, I like So what I'm offering is, I'll do comedy and I'll do it, and you guys, let's all, not because I want to show you my cunt. I just want to need an excuse to get together again.
I think it's awesome.
And if you have a better idea, great.
Yeah,
great. If you just want to go fucking hang out.
Mohegan's a great idea too.
Do a day drinking boardwalk.
Oh God.
Bar hop at Hampton Beach this July. If you think that's a better idea, fine, I'll do that too.
Oh yeah, no one's going home with any regrets after that one.
You just pass that on. Have you ever slept on Hampton Beach?
No.
I did that.
Did you really?
I did that. I was at a party.
Well, you're a true local yokel then.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was at a party with a girl I went to college with, and her dad is he was the general manager of the New York Rangers, and now he's the general manager of the St. Louis Blues.
Really?
Yeah. So instead of sleeping in his beach house, I thought it'd be better to just go put my face in the sand before the tide came in and washed me away.
You didn't want to get caught, huh?
Yeah. Well, this is why Rick Fink found another hobby. Drinking was. I accomplished all the goals.
That's pretty good,
right? So now I just drink the Coca-Colas.
Yep. Not me.
Yeah, you fucking lush.
No.
How about we wrap up the show?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, now you don't like to wrap up the show because you don't remember the process and procedures of what we remind everybody to do.
I'm still a newbie,
No, you're not. You've been on the show for about a year now.
I know, but I'm still a newbie.
All right.
What do you got? Do you have it on do you have a little script for me?
No, I'll just spitball here, bro.
Oh. All right.
Hey guys. Hey guys. What's that thing you did?
What?
I thought you did a hey guys thing.
The hey you,
oh, no.
hey you guys.
That wasn't it. It was something else from another show. Anyway, all right, guys. I'm Rick Fink Jr. That's Evan Walsh.
Last word.
Yep. And this is Small Town Scuttlebutt. We're the podcast that reacts to the overreactions of small town problems when we're not pontificating about Christmas lights or reflecting on life experiences involving your 30th high school reunion. But we're going to wrap up the show now, okay? Got to go. Got shit to do. I have some Christmas lights to put up, and Evan's got to go.
I got to go do what I do.
Do what he does, sell real estate.
Selling homes.
Yep. So we're going to let you go. But thanks for listening. If you want more of this, you can follow us on like Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, basically anywhere cool podcasts are found. We're there.
Everywhere.
You can also go on YouTube. We're sort of catching up. We have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we have some episodes on there. We're bringing more in the coming days and weeks.
Yeah, this is episode 221. We're playing catch up. We're an amateur operation. Growing, we're building up. We're gonna be fucking awesome in pros soon. I would say within a couple weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
Like by the new year, you're fucking boom. The channel's awesome, and we actually know what we're talking about. I feel like we're just killing time here, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Like, share, and follow us all on the socials. We'll try to keep up with that. We don't always do that either because we suck. Because I can only do one thing at a time, and that's content on the podcast.
SmallTownScuttlebutt.com.
Yeah, that's a website. And if you wanted to, like, give us a topic to talk about, if you want to bitch about your neighbor, leave us a message. Click on it. Write your message. Send it. And then we will read it on the air. I have a handful of them right here. Didn't get to them today. But yeah, we can speak to your thing and we can weigh in.
All right, would you please just end it?
Another thing. Did you know? I was going to tell him a little trivia about... Okay, anyway. You don't want my grandmother's apple pie recipe in time for Christmas? I will wrap it up. Guys, it's Rick Fink for Liz Tell It Like It Is, Daily, and Evan, Last Word Walsh. This is Small Town Scuttlebutt. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
Jolly Rancher.